Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I want to give double honor to the apostles of great mercy not rule well. Salutations of the men and hopeful and say elect. This is Makazar from the Trinidad camp. Just want to do a little edification for the elect's sake. Alright, and the name of this lesson will be Am I part of the elect? Question mark. And this is the question that runs through it run through my mind a couple of times, and I'm sure it run through other brothers' minds. And the reason I'm doing this is basically to exhort and to comfort brothers, to just endure in the truth. Because when you start questioning if you're a member of the elect or not, that is actually the spirit of doubt, and that is the how do I say, the spirit of doubt, which is an unclean spirit. It comes on brothers from time to time and have brothers doubting whether the Most High dealing with them or not. And guess what? Stop worrying about it. Stop worrying about if you're part of the elect or not. Your main focus is to do the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, as the scripture said in Hebrews chapter 6 verse 10. The Lord is not unfaithful to forget your work of love, your labor of love towards his name. So once you do, as Paul said, if I do this thing sincerely, then a crown is laid up for me. If you do this truth, with all love, with all sincerity, then guess what? The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will reward you accordingly. But as the scripture said, perfect love, it casteth out fear. And if there is fear, then love is not perfected. Then if you're all worried and whatnot, then basically it's something that that you are not doing, which the Lord requires you to do. All right. So try to free yourself from that spirit of doubt and just do the works to the best of your ability. All right. This is 1 John chapter 3 verse 2. It says, Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. It ain't appear yet what we shall be. Because guess what? A brother could be, you could watch at a brother laboring, he on fire, he know all the Hebrew, he know all the breakdown. Guess what? And he might not make it. And you might be looking at that brother and saying, nah, this brother gonna make it, you're not gonna make it. Guess what? It's all according to the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's all according to the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright? The scripture said, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You just try to do this push this truth as best as you could. Fall in your lot. Guess what? A brother's lot might be to know all the breakdowns, know the Hebrew well. Your lot might just be to be a brother to exhort other brothers, to exhort young brothers to know the basics in the scriptures. But guess what? As Paul said, I magnify my office. Just do what you have to do to the best of your ability and hope for the end, hope for salvation. All right? Try to cast off that worry demon, that doubting demon. All right? Because guess what? The scripture says, blessed he that does not condemn himself in that which he allow it. And by you doing that, you could actually condemn yourself. You could actually allow them demons to germinate and grow and bloom and blossom in your mind so much that you might say, you know what? And I actually heard one brother said that. Well, an ex-brother, he left the truth. He was on suspension, and he actually left, and his reason, for leaving, he said, he don't believe that he's part of the elect. But guess what? That is not for you to determine. That's for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You just do what the Lord set you up to do. The Lord set you up to push this word. Just push this word. All right? Just push this word. All right? This is Colossians chapter 3 verse 12. It says, put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering. So as it starts out, it says, put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh. So if you being in this truth and hoping to be part of the elect, then you have to have a way about you. And as long as you're doing these things, these criteria that the Lord set out, then you shouldn't doubt if you're part of the elect or not. All you have to do is hope to be delivered and not doubt. When you doubting is because, you know, you are allowing yourself to fall victim of something that you did, you know, that you are ashamed of. But guess what the scripture says? There is not a righteous man that liveth that sinneth not. All you have to do is lift up yourself and try your best not to sin again. All right? But it's a growing process. All right? It's a growing process. Hey, we're going to commit iniquity in this truth, but we have to learn from them and do our best not to commit them over and over. Verse 13, it says, matter of fact, I read over 12, it says, put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh, as the elect. So the elect have a way about them, a lifestyle about them. Holy and beloved, bowels of mercy. You have to be merciful. Scripture said that the just man be found merciful. Kindness, humbleness of mind. You must be humble. A lot of brothers be proudful and prideful. Guess what? That is nothing that comes with this truth. The Lord never made a man to be proud. All right, so you have to get rid of that pride. Meekness, long suffering. Where's long suffering? Long suffering is we don't know how long we're gonna be here in this truth. So just endure. And if you can't long suffer, if you run out of patience, then you're not part of the elect. All right? When you see yourself feeling like you run out of patience, pray to the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai for pray for patience. All right? Because these demons, they're real. They will jump on you and they will make you think all sorts of things. But the true nature of the elect is what? One that will fight until the end to make it. It says, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If you can't forgive your brother, guess what? You shouldn't ask for forgiveness on the Most High. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Mashiach forgave you, also do ye. So you have to be able to forgive, because you're gonna pray for forgiveness. And a lot of brothers lacking this skill of forgiveness. All right. And if you find yourself out there pushing Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, doing your 3 videos per week, you know, always diligent to do, you know, the videos, always out there, you know, doing the works, but then you have hatred for another brother, guess what? You really need to check to see whether you're in the faith or not, because that is not part of the lifestyle of the elect. The scripture said, put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh. And if you lack forgiveness, and if you lack forbearing one another, then guess what? You're on your way to not be part of the elect. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Mashiach forgave you, do also ye. It says, above all these things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. All right? So you have to be charitable, which all goes back to brotherly love. You have to show love towards one another. If you lack love one to another, guess what? You're not part of the elect. You're not part of the elect. You're on your way to not be numbered among the 144,000. All right? So to be part of the elect, you have to do your best to stay in the Lord's favor and stop worrying about, you know, suppose I'm not part of the elect. Guess what? You just do what the scripture said to do and let the Most High worry about the rest. Let the Most High worry about the rest. Right? This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3. It says, according as his divine power had given us unto all things that pertain unto life and godliness, through the knowledge of him that had called us to glory and virtue. So the Lord called us to glory and virtue. The Lord gave us the chance of the hope of salvation. It says, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these you might be partakers of the divine nature. And when you go into the, like, if you go into the Hebrew of the New Testament, the word there for divine nature would be the Alahayam nature, which goes back to the angels, which go back to the elect. To be part of the elect, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. It says, and besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue. So give all diligence to add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge. You have to grow in this truth. And to knowledge temperance, which goes back to self-control. All right, the brothers from, you know, Yahushua is coming back. They did a video talking about distractions. Temperance go back to self-control, and once you can control yourself, then you can control your distractions. and to temperance, patience. Let's go back to long suffering, and to patience, godliness, and to godliness, brotherly kindness. Can't be without those. And to brotherly kindness, charity. For if these be in you and abound, and increase, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But he that lacketh these things is blind. So if you lack any of these, but yet you believe you in the truth, you blind as hell, and cannot see afar off, and had forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. If you have hatred towards your brother, but yet you believe that you in the truth because you're showing charity to some other brother and pushing this way, guess what? It's not about one brother, it's about all the brothers. The scriptures talk about the 99 sheep and the one. It's not one elect, it's not 99 elect, it's 144,000. So you have hatred to one of the brothers near you, but you love 100, guess what? You're not in the truth. You're not on your way to being part of the elect. You have to cast out that old leaven. Verse 10, it says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. So you have to give diligence to all these. Temperance, patience, godliness, brotherly kindness, charity. You have to give diligence to all of these to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fall. So you worrying about not being part of the elect because you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. And if you do a check on yourself and you realize that you're doing your best to do the things that the Lord said, hey, pray for the Lord to cast off that doubting spirit from you, and just labor and wait for the chariots to come and for the Lord to deliver you. All right, just wait for the mercies of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's all you have to do. All right, this is the final precept. Here is one of my favorite. This is Psalms chapter 15 verse 1. It says, a psalm of David. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly, and worketh righteousness, and speaketh the truth in his heart. When you speak the truth from your heart, means that, hey, you from within, you are a righteous man, and you're not doing things just for face value. All right, not for eye service, but you're doing this because you believe in it. And you being truthful because it within you to be a just man. All right, then you are part of the hopeful elect because you're doing the things that the Most High delight in. And you're not doing it because you have to, you're doing it because it is your desire to. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor. And you realize all this revolving around brotherly love. In whose eyes a vile person is contempt, but he honoreth them that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He that swear to his own hurt, that you go there and you push this truth, no matter what death threats come, no matter what assaults come, you go there and you push this truth until a dying breath. We're going to be shaken up at time, but guess what? You have to shake off them spirits and push this truth. Push this truth, being bold, all right? He that swear to his own hurt and change it not. He that swear to his own hurt and change it not. Means, as Paul said, he that draweth back, my soul had no pleasure in him. You enjoying back. All right? You change not. It says, he that putteth out, not out his money to usury, nor take a reward against the innocent. He that doeth these things shall never be moved. If you do these things, you ain't going to be moved. If you do these things, guess what? No man ain't going to take your crown. And if you desire and aspire to be part of the hopeful elect, guess what? You have to do the things that the Lord set out for you to do. So stop worrying about if you're part of the elect. Just push this truth. All right? Love the brotherhood. Love Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right? And do all things sincerely. And let the Most High take care of the rest. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I want to give double honor to the apostles of great mercy and true well. I want to say salutations to the men of the hopeful and sincere elect. This is Makazar from Trinidad Camp saying Shalom.